Let's take a closer look at the results. So if we go to the genetic genealogy section and then click on Spear and Y-DNA results, we come up with a page which allows us to choose either the Spear and Surname Project Y-DNA results or the FTDNA results. I'm going to go with the Spear and Surname Project results because these include the DNA heritage results, whereas the FTDNA results do not include all of the DNA heritage results. So here we are on the results page. So what are we looking at? Well, on the left hand side we see that the members of this particular project are grouped into 4 broad categories: genetic family 1, genetic family 2, genetic family 3, and the non-Spearin males. Now, genetic family 1 is the largest of the groups, and that includes 7 members altogether. The first 2 members are actually the same person, and that's the New Jersey 1 family. And then the other members are from Ontario, from Limerick, from Sydney, from Georgia, from Dublin, and a second Ontario family. Then in genetic family 2 we have a family from Maine, and then in genetic family 3 we have another member from Maine, and then the non-Spearin male in this particular group is myself. So those are the family IDs, and of course they tie in with the traditional genealogy section, and specifically if we look at the Spearin families identified so far, we'll find that these same family IDs appear in the direct male lines of those tested so far. So this will give you the name of the testee at the bottom, and then all of their ancestors going back to the most distant known ancestor, the MDKA, and the MDKA is listed in this column here in the results table. The next column also talks about the haplogroup, and you'll see that everybody in genetic family 1 belongs to haplogroup I2b1, and the members in genetic families 2, 3, and the non-Spearin males all belong to the haplogroup R1b1a2. And we'll have another video about the haplogroups in due course. But before we do that, let's look at the haplotypes. Now, the haplotypes refer to the individual genetic signature of each of the members in the group. And look at this row up here, the FTDNA marker order. We'll find that the purple area is markers 1 to marker 12, and the pink area is marker 13 to marker 25, and then the green area is marker 26 up to marker 37, and then the blue area is marker 38 all the way up to marker 67. After that we have the white area, which goes all the way up to marker 111, and then there are a couple of additional markers after that that are measured by DNA heritage but that are not measured by FTDNA. So let's go back to the beginning of these rows, and here we'll see that for example in the YST or marker name is indicated in these rows here. The first marker is marker 393, and we'll see that the value for that marker is 15 for all members in genetic family 1, and then it's 13, 13, and 13 for members in genetic family 2, genetic family 3, and the non-Spearin males respectively. The second marker is 390, and the value for that in genetic family 1 is 23 for all of the members. And in fact, all of the members have identical values for each of their markers from marker 1 to marker 12, and also from marker 13 to marker 25. So we can say that on the 25 marker panel, all of the members of genetic family 1 are identical. It's only when we come to the third panel, which is genetic marker 26 up to marker 37, that we actually begin to see some variation in the numbers, and these are indicated by the squares highlighted in yellow. Let's take a closer look at the ones. There we go. Now we'll see that for marker 607, 6 of the 7 members in genetic family 1 have a value of 14, but there's one person that has a value of 15. Similarly, for marker 576, 6 of the 7 people in genetic family 1 have a value of 17 for this marker, but the last member has a value of 18. And we see that there's also mutations for marker 570, for marker CDYA, and for marker CDYB. And if we go further along the table, we'll see that there's also a mutation for 413B. There's only 2 people that have a value for this, so it's difficult to know which one is the most frequently occurring value for this particular marker, but if more people tested to 67 markers, then we would be able to get a better idea. And if we move further out still, we see that marker 446, there is a mutation there. We see that 5 of the members have tested. Actually, it's only 4 because the first 2 values are from the same person, but the green values are DNA heritage, the pink value is FTDNA, and you can see that for 3 people they have a value of 12, and the 4th person has a value of 13, so that indicates another mutation. If we move even further out, we see that there are possible markers at GATA A10 and 441 and 552, which again possibly are mutations. There's a difference there in the actual value for these markers, but this probably represents a difference in the way that the labs mark the markers or indicate the values. The reason being that different labs have different standards, so these probably aren't true mutations, but we would need to check with the individual labs and the way they report the values to make sure that this was a correct interpretation.